Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Sentinels of Toronto taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
The give right side for Gibbs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Hurts.
He sets to fire deep.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively. And then they got hit with that big play.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Sentinels use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rip, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Got a man, that's Antoine Green.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Hurts throw taken in by Green here.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Hurts.
Green brings it in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And now off to the races down the right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Sentinels have got it back to within a score.
That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes.
And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 33-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage. And we're still in the second quarter.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
Picked up by Levante David.
And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Following the interception, Mayfield.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, They're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 23. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
23 yards on the play. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's got Wright on the short throw.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Now he's loose at the 40. Now look out, he's to the 20.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here,
final
to
preparations
Orlando,
being made
it's
for the
Jonathan
second
Coachman
half,
with our
both
EA
in
Sports
terms of game
halftime
plan
report.
and also hydration. because the humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call in the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Sentinels 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Point it right.
Mayfield down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
An 11-yard loss on the play.
Hey, 133.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. He'll take this to the 46.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty third and ones, third and twos. That's why you draft him.
63. Don't touch that. Don't touch.
They'll go again with Gibbs. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, Montgomery. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He'll drop to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Sentinels are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers, all of them kind of moving as one, and look at the end result, big plays.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And quickly they get to the line.
A 1-yard loss on the play.
Baker changing the play at the line. Now they'll audible to something else. To throw, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st first down to set them back on second. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On the give, here's Gibbs. 172 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Now back to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. On now is the punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Jones on the return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Mayfield. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Point it right.
8-yard loss on the play.
Point it right.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taken right around the 44. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
Great, set.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They've called this number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Sentinels have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a fourth-quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there. They made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now it's Gibbs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Here's 1st down. On 1st down, Hurts. St. Brown on the catch.
I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Second down, here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
His throw incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there. I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So an 8-play drive gets him down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely move the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range.
Pass complete to Chubb. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And you certainly have to applaud the effort here. They're not settling for overtime. They're trying to get in a position to win it with a late field goal. That takes some guts. But this one is going to wind up incomplete.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick the field.
So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Opening drive of overtime and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
Alert, 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 alert.
The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Mayfield looks to throw, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And Gibbs has it. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys in the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a